Greetings once again, folks. We're back in Train Sim Classic today, looking at some more Centuries, Conrail, and X lines. Century C424. These are by Diesel Workshop. This pack we're going to be looking at specifically is about $14 US. Now, there are two separate packs, which I'm not super keen on. I did not purchase those, but we'll take a peek at the website to see what you get or what you don't get and all that good stuff. But these feature Conrail, reading patch, and EL, or Erie Lackawanna patch. The 424 entered production in the early 60s, featuring the 251B V16 prime mover, cranking out 2,400 horsepower and weighing about 260,000 pounds. The units offered 64,000 pounds force tractive effort, topping out and geared for 75 miles per hour top speed, although I'm sure they rarely achieve that. Now, Conrail absorbed their 424s from the EL, totaling 15, and the reading totaling 10, and 1 from the mating snakes, aka Penn Central, numbered 2474 to 2499. Now, Conrail was created to take over the failing and bankrupt eastern roads, such as Penn Central, once again, the Erie Lackawanna in the 70s. Eventually, they turned a profit in the 80s, which itself was eventually split into via Norfolk Southern and CSX. Now, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. This is not the first time we've taken a look at these Diesel Workshop Century 424s. I'll try to remember to pop a link in the top right-hand corner if you want to take a look at the very first 424 pack that came out back in 2022. Jesus H, I cannot believe it has been that long. And this is like the 6th, maybe 7th Century pack from Diesel Workshop, but we're here nonetheless, so we're not going to go super duper deep. We're just going to take a look and see what's different with this Conrail and X lines with the reading and Erie Lackawanna, see what's different, see what's changed, if anything at all. So with that being said, let's get in and have a gander. All right, we are on the Diesel Workshop website, dieselworkshop.net, and I'd recommend every damn thing they have on this store page. I mean, they've kind of flipped the script, changed the game a little bit for North American roads and whatnot. Thankfully, they've made some very, very nice stuff. But we've got our new packs on here, which we are going to get into specifics upon. But first, let's go to the store. We'll go to the C424, and we'll look at how many 424 Centuries they've done. So this was the first here, which I should have linked at about the 1 minute 40-second mark. The mating snakes, or the pigtails, Ulac, Canadian National, and then this pack we're going to be looking at here today. And then we have the Delaware and Hudson, which are gorgeous. They look amazing, but you'll note here, that's the same price as this pack here. About 14 bucks, about 14 bucks, about 14 bucks. You're also going to get the reading lines as well. So with those, they are a bit different. They do have some variables, probably such as lighting, plows, horns, things like that, antennas, aerials, yada, yada, cab mountings, etc. As with the Delaware and Hudson. Now, I would very much like both of those, but the way I looked at it, I got three, bang for my buck over here. Plus, it's got the Conrail unit, so all hail the Cornfail. So that's why I got that. But I would like these other two packs, even though we're not going to be taking a look at those today, because, well, this would have been crackers. 45 bucks. My math sucks, but it would have been about 45 bucks. Now, I wish they would have offered an all-in-one pack, because I would have happily paid about 30 to get all of these together. But, especially with the holiday season going on right now, and they released this on Thanksgiving Day, by the way, as well. So that was very not opportunistic as far as I'm concerned, and the way I look at things. So it's taken me quite a while to get to this, been a bit busy, etc. But we're here nonetheless, taking a look at it. But yeah, I'm just a bit miffed that they kind of split this up into multiple packs. Like, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, maybe offer a combo pack with everything. And then, if we want to get that, we save a couple of bucks, if not, otherwise that's cool too. Cool. Anyway, another thing I'm very much looking forward to, as you can see here, work in progress, the EMD GP7 GP9 in the Santee Bay. It's looking very glorious. I cannot wait till they get this thing done. The outside looks pretty done. I'm assuming they're working on scripting. Obviously, the cab's being knocked up right now, but God above, I cannot wait for that thing. Last update, November 27th, 2025. It's a coming. Alrighty, here we are in the game. So you might be thinking to yourself, Sean, where in the hell am I going to run these? Especially the Delaware and Hudson in the reading. Locos. Well, nowhere and everywhere. It's up to you. Are there any specific roads in Train Sim Classic? No, that you can run them on. Technically, not that I can think of off the top of my melon at present. But this pack with Conrail and Conrail patches, abso-freaking-lutely. You can run them in a couple of places. My choice is right here. The New York Division Bergen Line, one of the best North American train sim routes ever made. And it's free. It's freeware. Yes, it does have requirements, but it's an amazing route. You could run it in a couple of different eras, kinda. You can run passenger, freight, whatever the hell you want to do. And there's so many different, roads and trains, locomotives and whatnot you could run on this map. It is absolutely epic and mega. I've done a series of videos on this. If you're new to TSC or just looking into this for the first time, it is massive. I'll try and link that as well if I can remember to do so. But it is absolutely just giga awesomeness. New York Division Bergen Line. So that's where you can run this pack. It is on the workshop. There's multiple scenarios for the New York Division Bergen Line on the workshop, as well as on, I want to say Train Sim Classic. There's probably one or two with some really good stock. Again, you can run. This place is probably where I spend most of my time running anything if I'm in Train Sim Classic. It's an amazing route. But we're here for the centuries. So I've laid down the original Erie Lackawanna Century that Diesel Workshop offered, which I, of course, purchased, as with all the other, except for the Delaware and Hudson and Reading originals. And there is some variation. Obviously, patching and the numbering is different. Conrail numbering is, it's different to the original Erie Lackawanna. But the weathering overall and the texturing has changed as well. You'll note that the undercarriage or the chassis down here is a lot darker. Kind of made it hard to pick out certain details and things like that. And while it is nicely modeled, you just could never really see anything down there. And they kind of weathered and sooted it up a bit, so it's just got that more road wear, just kind of a light gray where you can just see more. And I feel like it looks a bit better weathered, to be honest. So there are some differences down there. Of course, on the top as well, this one's weathered to hell and back. When you get the Erie Lackawanna pack, just for note, there is a clean, like off the assembly line, and then the weathered variant. I put the weathered variant down just to compare it to the weathered variant of that. They have changed their texturing and weathering process a little bit, at least with this pack that I've noticed. Not that I thought it looked bad on this one, but it looks a little bit less, we'll say, chunky and just more kind of appropriate, especially around the exhaust port there. Just nice, thick, sooty. You could just rub your finger on that and it would be like cookie batter. Just very nice, very nice. I meant to say brownie batter, but I said cookie batter. I'm an idiot. What are you going to do? Anyway, all right, Erie Lackawanna. So it's got the single chime front and back, which something about they did this to run around Cleveland, Ohio for some reason or another. I don't know. I feel like I read that somewhere one time. It was unique, I guess. I don't know. I think these are Leslie A200s. I'm not sure. They are still on this as well because, well, Conrail got this from Erie Lackawanna and just put their numbers and their patch on there, right? So the weathering is different. It's still got the exterior visors on the side. The horns are the same. The aerials, the antenna are the same. The lighting's the same. The markers are the same. The number boards are different, as you can see here. But we'll test the original Huron from the EL. Sounds good. For a single chime, that's You know, I think it's a ship coming, but it sounds amazing. I mean, for like Train Sim Classic North American train horns, it sounds pretty damn good. All right, we'll get in this one. Exact same horn. Exact same horn. And from what I can tell, just to preface, if you're wondering anything about the cab interior, they're all the same as far as I can tell. So we're not going to be doing any kind of comparison on that front. But we will go ahead and do the comparison of the engines that we have here before us. So the original Erie Lackawanna does have a different bottom to the front plate or plow down there. It's got kind of that diamond deal. Note the hoses as well. We'll move over to the X Reading. Different plate. Footboards down there. Of course, the lovely stripes. Always love diagonal stripes on locomotives. Looks nice. The hoses are different as well. The connections. So we got some variation on there as well. The headlights are bottom cupped on this unit, whereas this unit, they just have that kind of flat plate. Marker light's going to be the same. It's got this very lovely one reverse bell RS3L, I believe. And their horn model game is strong at Diesel Workshop. Those look fantastic. I'd say like a skosh under Searchlight Simulations, but we know, you know, Woody at Searchlight is a horn nut. So dude knows horns. So it only makes sense that their horns are amazing. But these look amazing as well. Obviously, the weathering on this one looks very nice. It's just sooty and gray as well. It's got some rain sills up here, as it does not have the external visors, as the Erie Lackawanna unit do have. We got just their lovely big kind of black patch over that there. You got the 2,400 horsepower down there. They like to represent their designation, RSA 14. Everything else, by and large, should be the same. We got a Conrail patch on there as well on the back. The back is the same. Same number board, same lights, except the lights have the bottom cup on that one as well. This unit do not. Conrail patch there too. Rear plate hoses, same deal. Different diamond, flat. And by and large, the Conrail unit is going to be the same as the Reading unit. But again, the weathering, I feel like the weathering looks pretty nice. It's just super chunky. These things were dirty. Dirty boys. Conrail on there, of course, probably the best looking one. That blue, I can't think of a better looking blue, to be honest. Just a glorious unit. Looks fantastic. It's pretty much why I bought this pack. You know, you get the EL and Reading, but also has an RS3L, also has the sills on the side, has the newer modern aerial on the top, or antenna for the radio. This one's got the skate, and by and large, pretty much everything else I believe is the same. So that's what you're going to get there. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. I did notice, so if you look on the texturing or the modeling of the cab on this side, it's very smooth, right? You don't really kind of see any distinct line or anything like that. On these units, I did notice that. You can see this distinct line here. Not sure what's going on with that, why the newer ones have it and the older ones don't. But it is very noticeable, especially this side. I don't know if it's because they added these kind of rain sills or gutters, whatever the hell they're called. You don't really notice it there. You kind of do notice it here, above the delta shape of the sill. And you definitely notice it there as well. I feel like this one's got a lot of different kind of weathering look to it overall. I mean, that's just chunky. Looks like a damn bear was crawling around on the top of there or something, just waving all that soot and crap around with its paws. And then you don't really have it on this side. I mean, you do, but it's down low. It's just, I don't know, not to sit here and nitpick, but that looks, you know, looks a bit odd. overall. But let's get in that reading and listen to the horn. God bless America. That is a raspy, old, wore-out RS3L, and I love it. It does have a pop at the end. That end after the loop, when you let off the horn, it does. I don't know if you can pick it up through the video, but I always notice stuff like this. Sometimes kind of wish I didn't. But you can hear a like right when you let off, and it's noticeable. The EL doesn't do that. I mean, it is a different horn, but you know, it's not the worst horn for payware. I'll just put it like that. There have been markedly notable, much worse horns for payware. These aren't bad. It's just, you know, that tail end of it could be cleaned up a little bit. Conrail sounds the same. I feel like I kind of hear it. What happened to the roundhouse? Or the turntable? Boys. The frig. It's a turntable. Useless sons of bitches. Alright, let's go over there and run one. See if we can hear it a bit better so there's not 5,000 of them running in unison. So we got a lash up here with a couple of box curves. We'll get in there. We will get inside for those that may be new to the Erie Lackawanna C424. Go ahead and throw that reverser forward. Can open the windows. Can open the doors. Go over this side, do the same. Open that. Slide them windows open. There we go. All the way. All the way. All right, what can we do back here? Anything new? What do we got there? Front number boards? Yes, sir. Rears? Class lights? Oh, what the hell? We'll turn them on. Platform lights? Sure, we'll do it all. Christmas tree, this biatch. Cannot mess with that still. Cab light. Wipers. And that appears to be it. And what's cool about these units is you can probably hear it in the background. The radio, you can hear chatter, which is pretty cool. I've always appreciated that about these units and the Diesel Workshop stuff. I don't think you can change the cutoff or any of the brake stuff still. Gauge lights, we'll pop them bad boys on. Got the bell, sand. Here's our headlights. There we go. Get them lights off. Let's see what it sounds like inside. Let's close that door. And the windows. Check that bell outside, very nice. I don't remember the class light command. Control C, Shift C, Shift U, no Shift U. I don't remember what the hell it is, honestly. They're on red right now. It is what it is. Sometimes this unit doesn't do the pop at the end of the horn loop. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's give her a notcheroon. Exhaust still looks the same. I've never been super crazy about the little puffs of smoke. Like, I get it. It's kind of what Alco's did, but it just... I don't know. It's always that first puff that kind of gets me that doesn't look that great. But again, it still looks better than a lot of stuff. 90% of the stuff you'll get off the Steam store, hands down. Hands down. Give her another notch. Sure, our ammeter's still working. Or whatever they called it. Speedo's working. Lovely looking gauges and lighting. Of course, the headlights look phenomenal as well. Beautiful color and just a tiny bit of a flare. Making easy chop suey out of these ancient boxcars behind us. Got your pull handle up here. That sounds really good. I don't really notice the kind of popping or clicking or anything like that. But you know, I hate to seem like I'm kind of glazing over this pack, because these Century 424s from Diesel Workshop are amazing. They're great payware, especially for the price. So that goes without saying. It's just, this is like the 6th time I've looked at it. So there's only so much I could do. I just wanted to see what's different. Of course, it does have a couple of variables, but it's neat because it's the one, I think Conrail only painted the one 2492 in their original lovely colors. But you get some patch units as well. I think there's like 15 numbers total that you can do in the pack. But Conrail and Conrail patch Century pack from Diesel Workshop. I'll link it down below if you want to go and take a look at it. But that's going to do it for now, folks. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.